So, I had a really powerful experience recently that I want to share with you that felt like total and utter pure forgiveness, which is an energy that I want you to get in touch with, because when you are holding on to something that either you did or someone else did, which we all do because our ego loves being right and loves holding on to the past, really we end up hurting ourselves. We end up feeling resentment, bitterness, anger, closed heartedness. And this energy that is available within all of our hearts frees us from that energy. So, the quick story before we get into some tapping is somebody from my past who really hurt me, and somewhere there was a part of me that felt like I was never going to be able to trust this person again. It just felt inaccessible and impossible. You had wronged me too far that I won't open my heart. And the lower self part of us gets very righteous in that we justify why it's not safe to ever open our heart. And I had a very humbling experience where I remembered my values, which are to allow ourselves and others to make mistakes and to do what we can to open back up to love, to come back to love within ourselves. And I had a moment where I had to choose forgiveness, and it didn't feel good to make that choice. But once I chose to make that forgiveness, my heart was wide open. I was in tears, and I got what ultimately all of us want, which is love and connection. So I want that for you too. And perhaps you can bring to mind either something that you're having a hard time forgiving in yourself, or something that you're having a hard time forgiving in others. And I want you to start to feel into the resistance to letting go. And you can always pause the video, take a measurement from 0 to 10 of how strong is this resistance to letting go. And then we'll tap on the side of the hand when you're ready. Please take care of yourself in this process. Even though I feel resistance to forgiving myself or forgiving this other person, I deeply and completely choose to love and accept myself right here and now. Even though I feel resistance, I deeply and completely choose to be present with this resistance that I feel. Just notice what resistance is like. It feels like tension in my heart. It feels like stubbornness and righteousness. I don't want to let go. And I give my body permission to feel safe here and now. Inside of the eyebrow, the parts of me that don't want to let go. Inside of the eye, the parts of me that don't want to forgive. Under the eye, I feel justified in my separation. Under the nose, this was unforgivable. And all of this resistance to forgiveness. Collarbones, all of this holding on. And if it helps you to close your eyes, just feel the gripping. Take a deep breath into that gripping sensation. Under the arm, it feels safe to hold on to the past. On top of the head, and to stew on what happened. Inside of the eyebrow, I'm afraid that if I let it go, Side of the eye, it means I'm condoning what happened. Under the eye, I don't want to be a pushover that lets people get away with things. Under the nose, so I hold on. Chin, maybe I even pretend to feel forgiveness. And collarbones, but inside, I won't let go. Under the arm, noticing how hurt I must have been. Top of the head, connecting to a sense of compassion for myself and what I went through. Inside of the eyebrow, and if it's possible, perhaps I can have a sense of perspective and compassion for the other person. Side of the eye. And see if you can genuinely connect to the knowing that the other person was doing their best. Under the eye, and their best really hurt me. Under the nose, and I'm willing to feel my hurt. And chin. And as we start to feel the hurt in our heart, bringing love, attention, and compassion. Collarbones. I got really hurt. Under the arm. And I really only have two choices now. On top of the head, I can hold on to this forever and make the other person bad and wrong forever. Inside of the eyebrow, or I can feel my hurt. Side of the eye, take full responsibility for my hurt. Under the eye, and take my power back. Under the nose, I am not a victim. Chin, I am not a victim to other people's choices. And collarbones, but I am a powerful creator of my own state. See if you can feel that power flushing back into your body. I get to choose to let go. Top of the head. And maybe just experiment with the willingness. I am willing to let go of old hurt and pain. Inside of the eye, I am willing to open my heart. Inside of the eye, I am willing to be free. Into the eye, we're all here on a learning journey. Under the nose, and right now I'm learning about forgiveness. Chin, forgiveness is a choice to let go. And collarbones, and often that choice doesn't feel easy or good. Under the arm, but I am willing to make that choice. Top of the head, so that I can feel love in my own heart again. Take a nice deep breath in here and let it go. Just notice how you're feeling and notice any insights that are coming through after this. And I know it's not easy. I think the most powerful lesson that I got is you haven't forgiven if you're still learning how to trust again and working on trust again. It's a decision to open your heart again and let go and be free. And that is always your choice. Thank you for tapping along.